Hey everyone, this is Certified High Performance Coach Michelle Weimer here, and welcome to today's Facebook Live. Today we are talking about living and loving in the present moment, because when those conversations come up in our head about woulda, coulda, shoulda, those past regrets, those thoughts about the past when we get stuck there and we just feeling like we can't let them go, feeling like, what if things could have been different? And what if I would have done this? And I should have done that. And, the reality is the past is over. There's nothing that we can do to change the past. The only place that action can take place is in the present moment. I mean, really, there's nothing you can do about that past, but yet so often people get stuck in the past and they grieve over it and they feel this sense of regret or disappointment or loss, and it just sucks the energy out of you, right? Because again, you can't do anything with that past. It's over. But you get stuck there. So anyway, this all came up for me because last week I was grieving. I was actually thinking a lot about a friend of mine who passed away. And the reality is, I could have dived down into that same conversation of, oh, well, if only they would have, been able to help her, if only I could have spent more time with her, or we should have spent more time together, I could have gotten into all of that. But it doesn't serve, right? There's nothing I can do about what's over and done. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, grieving is important. And if you're struggling with a loss, please hear me say that. There's help and support out there. And if you're grieving over loss, and let me just clarify too, that loss can mean many things for many people. My example I just gave you, I was referring to a friend of mine who passed away recently that I've been grieving over. But the reality is, there's many losses we experience in life. I work a lot with clients who've dealt with infertility. And for those of you who know my story, you know that my husband and I dealt with that for many years. And you go through this loss of a dream, right? Like you have this dream about how your life should be. Get that should again. And when it doesn't turn out like you have planned, you have to kind of grieve the loss of a dream. Now, my happy story is that I was able to have two beautiful girls, and they're growing up now, and they're teenagers, and it's wonderful. But not everyone has that same story, and maybe your loss or the thing that you're grieving over from your past is different. Maybe it's the loss of a relationship. You've gone through divorce and that relationship's over. Maybe it's the loss of a job or a career path. Maybe you had a business and you went bankrupt, and you had to grieve that loss. Maybe it's a lifestyle that you had that you ended up one day waking up and realizing you were overweight or an alcoholic or a drug addict, and you're like, wow, my lifestyle that I dreamt I would have, this life that I had, this vision I had for myself, it's over. So whatever that loss is, when we all deal with loss and grief in our lives, whether it is the loss of a friend or a family member, or just some other type of loss, regret and grief and disappointment, we've all had to deal with it. The reality is, though, again, when you get stuck in the past, it sucks you down and you cannot move forward. And you miss the present moment. You miss the opportunity to live and love in the present moment when you're stuck in the past. So I just want to give you a few things to think about today. First of all, to get through this, start with honoring that part of you. Okay, honor the past, honor the loss, honor the thing you're regretting or the disappointment you have. That's fine. Honor it in the respect that you go, you know what? This is a part of me. This is who I am. This is part of what I had to go through in my life. And I'm actually going to be talking more about that next week, but just honor that part of you and go ahead and feel, go ahead and grieve, but move through it. Like, the reason why you allow ourselves to feel those emotions is so that we can move through them and move out of them. Now, there's no hard, fast rule that says if you're grieving something in particular, it's exactly, 4 months and 3 days and then you have to be over it. Grief is different from different people, but if you feel like you're so stuck in that you can't get out, then again, seek help, right? Because it's important to keep moving forward in life. So honor what your experiences have been, honor your feelings, and go ahead and grieve. But then the next step is to let it go, because you can't change it. You cannot change the past. You cannot change anything that is done in the past. There's no ability to take action there. Your only action can be in the present moment. And in order to move forward, again, if it's a loss or like a regret or a disappointment that you've had in your life, it's time to let it go so that it doesn't weigh you down, so that the weight of that disappointment or that regret doesn't stay with you and hold you back from the potential that you have for your future. So let it go. And then set your sights on what's in the present moment. Set your sights on what you really value, what's important to you right here, right now. So again, even using the example of the loss of a loved one, that person is gone. And if you spend all of your time in that loss, in what you no longer have, then those people that are around you now that you have the opportunity to love and to show up for and to have relationships with, they suffer and they struggle because you're stuck somewhere else. And again, I'm not saying that grieving is, just a quick thing that you ought to get over. I want you to know I'm very heartfelt, and I have dealt with grief many times in my lifetime. And I think that it's important that we feel it and we experience it, but don't forget what's important in your life right now. Look at the people you have in your life right now. Look at what you value in your life right now. Again, if it's maybe your loss is the loss of a dream or a lifestyle that you had planned for yourself or a career or a relationship, if you stay stuck in what you lost, you don't get to experience what's right there available to you. So figure out what you value in your present life right now and put some energy there. Live and love in that moment. Live and love those things that you value right now in the present moment. And that last piece then is to do just that, to take action. Okay, you can only take action in the present moment. The present moment is where you live. The present moment is where all your actions are. The present moment is where you love. So the present moment is where you take what matters most and you take action on it. So that's what I want to leave you with today. And I want to really challenge you to live and love in the present moment. Every day holds a new opportunity to live and love in that present moment, but you lose that opportunity to feel happiness, to feel joy, to feel love when you stay stuck in the past and when you stay stuck in the pain in the past. So honor that past, but let it go. Set your sights on what is in the present that you value most, and then take some action. Live and love in the present moment. So I want to thank you for joining me today. And if you loved this, please like and comment and share it with others. And I want to invite you to join me every week. If you'd like to know when I'm going to be live, make sure you like the page and go to michelleweimer.com. And there's a little tab at the top. You can sign up for a free gift from me. You'll hear from me once a week. I'll send you an article that you can read that's always about our post for the week. And then you can meet me here live. So until next time, live and love in the present moment. Let's be present. Let's bring happiness and joy to everyone around us. Until next time, bye for now.